Hey guys, what's up? This is Pro Gold Trader. Let's make money together. Gold analysis for the upcoming week. It's the last week of October. So let's begin. So on a weekly time frame, what we are looking forward to is that last week gold made a bearish weekly closing, but this week the gold will try to make a bullish weekly closing candle. Not just the weekly, but it will also try to close the monthly candle bullish. But you should focus on this upcoming week, because in this upcoming week we have FOMC meeting in which the Fed will decide to further cut the rate. Anyways, so if this last weekly candle closes bullish, then you might have to keep on buying. But if the price action kicks in, then of course then this upcoming week candle will be bearish. So let's move on to the daily time frame. As you can clearly see on the daily time frame, gold is in a sideways range. This is a $100 range. Okay, so to best define it, let's go back to this time frame over here on a 1 hourly. As you can clearly see, gold has a resistance at 4,200 and a support at 4,000, and this is a $120 range if I'm correct, and gold is within this range. And last week on Friday we received CPI data, and it was reported that the September CPI report came in, the inflation is lower than expected, and it was bullish for the stock market. S&P 500 went up for the day, Dow Jones, Nasdaq 100, they all went up, and it pretty much the gold was also buyback opportunities. Buyer was optimistic, they bought this dip, buyers came in, but the danger is still looming in. If you follow elite wave pattern, you of course, like in my last, if you have been following elite wave pattern, which I have been updating since last year, we are in a correction phase. So of course this is the continuation of the third wave, so it will further drop down this week. But in Tokyo and London session, the price might be up. Going back to daily time frame, Bill Gross, he mentioned last week when the gold price dropped 7.1% on Tuesday, he said that gold is acting like a meme coin, and it just suddenly dropped down. Not because of that, also because US Treasury Bison also was saying that I have my eyes on gold, and one thing led to another, and gold suffered its worst drop in 12 years. And later on, when the October CPI report came in, the previous September CPI report came in, things looked pretty much optimistic. But you should all know why this drop had happened. It happened because the buyers are exhausted, and now Bill Gross is saying that gold has made the top, but still we have to look forward to Fed, because Fed will either cut the rate in October or in December this year. There's only going to be one rate cut, and Fed is going to be dovish. And this week on Wednesday we have FOMC meeting minutes, so most likely we might see upward momentum in gold. But you should keep in mind that price action can kick in. The market is not moving based on economic data, is moving on what trumped US Treasury Bison and these big guys they're talking about, and plus the US China situation. So you have to keep an eye on the geopolitical tension, and this is really important. Plus, as I mentioned earlier on, gold made a high at 43.81, and after making this stop, it dropped down. As soon as it touched 4,000, it gave a rejection. Now this rejection was not given once, it was given twice. And gold, as I mentioned earlier, is within $100 and $120 range. So you have to, whatever you do, you have to make your trade plan for the day that you will be trading within this zone. If gold breaks 4,200, then you should buy. Okay, you should buy and just go with the flow, because Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan, they haven't changed their forecast. They're still believing that gold will hit to $5,000, in between $5,000 to $10,000 till next year. So you have to move from day to day candle. Okay, this is how things are looking forward to, because we are in the fourth quarter. Plus Trump is also meeting with Chinese president on Thursday in Korea, so you also keep an eye on news. And since we already have made top, it might look at bottom. And I said in my last video, which I made uploaded on Friday, that we are in this lower low formation, okay, higher low formation, and then after it hit 3500, it will make a higher high. So we have to look at this sideway range and last weekly candle, which will result in the monthly closing candle. I hope this helps you guys. I'll be streaming live, so I'll see you guys in the live stream. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share this channel. I hope this helps. If you have any question, you can leave me a message on Telegram. See you guys later.